Hey guys, I'm bringing you an unboxing of Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Let's go. Just get the goddamn disc. Why? This is you right there. That means it's the English version.
Alright, what's up guys? It is K8 Central here and oh boy, yes, it is true. It is true. You've heard it right. You saw it right in that video I posted yesterday, which I took down because I didn't really intend for it to be up for that long of time because it's not really a form of video. But you've heard it right. I got the English copy of the game, English, not Japanese. Some people were wondering, it's the English version of the game a week and a half early, yesterday, on January 12th. Now, I know every single one of you are asking, how in the hell did you get Kingdom Hearts 2.8, the physical copy, if I put an intro in the beginning? How the hell did you get that so early? Well, you see, what happened was, so there's this guy, right? And this guy was on eBay. And he posted a listing for a English copy of Kingdom Hearts 2.8 2 weeks early. He was selling the game for $49.99, a regular price for any other copy of Kingdom Hearts 2.8. I don't think he's going to scalp anyone for this, selling $100 or $1,000 for this shit, because I don't think anyone wants it that much, honestly. At least in this day and age. This listing was initially discovered by a guy named Shield Draws, which, if you haven't followed his Twitter yet, oh my god, please do, because he is an amazing artist. He draws a bunch of cool stuff relating to Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, all that stuff. So go follow him, please. But whatever, he posted it on Twitter, and it started making the rounds, and people were saying, oh, this shit is definitely fake. They were pointing some stuff out in the disc itself. Like, you could see Riku's arm through the, frame of Sora's Keyblade, and people were taking that as like, oh, he just photoshopped it. And he also provides some other screenshots as well, which looked pretty legit, but people were kind of still saying it was fake. But whatever, I got on Twitter and I found this listing and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I have to do this now. And of course, being me, I did some critical thinking. I looked this stuff over, seeing if it was real. And I was kind of pretty sure that it was real. I had some skepticism, but I went ahead and ordered the thing anyway. He only had 3 of them. So I went and snagged that up. It was, of course, also got by Shield Draws and Skyward Wing, I think. So fast forward to Thursday, 2 days later, when all of our copies arrive in the mail, as said, and it turns out that this guy wasn't lying. This is 100% legit English copy of Kingdom Hearts 2.8. And when I heard that news, I drove straight fucking home from school, got that shit out of the package, put it in my PS4, installed the game, and pulled an all-nighter on this thing. And I have it mostly completed. I got back cover done. I got 0.2 done. I'm just started Dream Drop Distance a couple hours ago, so I need some more time to go through that, but I get the basic gist of it. And since that is the case, I thought, you know what, why don't I just make a video sharing my thoughts and opinions on the game, since I have it, and show you guys what I thought, and kind of tell you guys what to kind of expect going into this game. Spoiler-free, though. Spoiler-free. I'm going to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, because I'm not a dick like that, and there's a big rabbit hole you go down when you start going into that. So I'm going to keep it spoiler-free for this video, so you guys can be surprised when getting into this thing. So yeah, why don't we just get into it? So first, I'd like to share my thoughts on Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD, because it's the game that you have all played before, and you kind of know what you're getting into when playing it. But there is still some stuff that they add in there that I'd like to talk about. First, I'd like to talk about the graphics. And oh my god, I did not expect it to look this good on the PS4. I thought they were just porting over all of the assets from the 3DS version and just putting them onto the PS4. But no, they revamp all the models, they revamp all the areas in there, and it looks hella pretty. Of course, it's not like Unreal Engine 4 or something like that, because that's a whole different deal. But still, for what they did with this, it is amazing. Like, they did such an amazing job porting this game over to the PS4. It's surprising. I think it's the way the colors pop out in the game. It's not too much, it's not too little. It's just right, and it's amazing on your eyes. I'm praising this thing like it's God, but really, it does look amazing on the PS4. They did an amazing job. I wish I could provide some screenshots, but I don't want Square Enix getting my ass, so I'm not going to do that right now. You'll see when you play the game. Next big feature that we should be talking about is the 60 FPS gameplay that is new to the Kingdom Hearts series. This is the first for it, and a lot of people have been excited about it and wondering how this is going to affect the game itself. And let me just put this disclaimer out here before any of you guys start wondering or get surprised when this happens. No, the game does not 100% play in 60 FPS. The cutscenes do not run at 60. They run at 30. The gameplay only runs at 60. So if you were wondering about that, there you go. I don't know why they didn't make it run at 60 FPS on there. Maybe, I guess it was for a more cinematic feel. I don't know. But I'm just going to tell you now, the cutscenes are in 30 FPS aside from 60. But aside from that, how does it affect the gameplay itself? Because this kind of game right here, with all the fast-paced motion of Dream Drop Distance, all that stuff, you really kind of need a 60 FPS gameplay experience for that to get the full experience out of it. You couldn't really get that with the 3DS, with the limited hardware and limited screen, and you couldn't really see that much. But putting 60 FPS in this game is a really, really nice feature. Everything just flows and moves and feels much better when playing at 60 FPS aside from the 30 on the 3DS. It really just makes the game flow better, of course, with like flow motion and all that stuff. Like, again, it's a fast-paced game. You need that gameplay in 60 FPS, and it just really completes the experience, I think. Adds a lot to the gameplay, makes it really, really awesome and tight gameplay now, and it's just overall a really good feature added into this game. And also, the game runs smooth as a motherfucker. I've not seen the game drop frames at all. But, you know, I've just got into the game, not gotten that far in it, but I'm pretty sure it won't drop anywhere else in the game. And the rest is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, the game that you played and loved or hated, whatever, 4 years ago on the 3DS. And nothing much has changed in the game, per se, aside the hardware that it's been playing on. But this is obviously the definitive way to play this game. There's no other way to play it besides this. Don't get the 3DS version if you're wanting to get that. Get this on the PS4 instead. Give this thing a huge thumbs up. Really recommend it. It's the game you know and love, but just a lot more added to it. Now let's talk about Birth by Sleep 0.2, A Fragmented Passage, the new, really new experience added into this collection. First, let me get the graphics out of the way like I did before, and holy shit, them graphics! It really does look amazing in Unreal Engine 4. That engine is such a fucking beast, man. It's crazy. Playing this game in Unreal Engine 4 does give a lot of the environments a lot of vibrancy, it's not much color per se, but it's just like tone. It's a really good tone for what it's trying to go for in the realm of darkness and all that stuff, you know. So it really does look amazing on the PS4, but it does not run at a smooth frame rate though. No, not at all. Not like Dream Drop Distance does, no. It actually kind of runs at around 30 to 25 FPS on the PS4. And I know some of you are worrying when you hear that number because it seems like it's chugging the PS4, but no. It's probably just there at a locked frame rate because I think they want to go for a more cinematic feel with this game. And it just seems pretty locked. I only had one slowdown during the game, and that was just when there was a lot of stuff on screen, but it was just one. So it's pretty locked around there, doesn't go any higher. So I think they just wanted to go for a more cinematic feel with this game, and that's why they went with that. But if you're expecting a smooth frame rate, don't expect that here. And don't worry, I don't think it's any hardware-based thing. Next, let's talk about the gameplay. And this is a really huge thing in this game because it's ultimately teasing what Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to feel and play like, you know? Because if you've seen the trailers for this game and Kingdom Hearts 3, their gameplay looks very, very similar. So this is a big tease on what Kingdom Hearts 3's gameplay is going to be like, and it is really fucking tight. Like they've stated in interviews in the past, this combat system in here is kind of a mix between a lot of the other combat systems in Kingdom Hearts so far. And I say it's kind of a mix of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance with a little bit of 2 mixed in there. It has the just normal standard attack items and magic thing that's in all other Kingdom Hearts games, so the command deck's not in there. But you still feel that element of Birth by Sleep in there since you're playing as Aqua, and just other elements in there as well. And you get the flowness of Dream Drop Distance in there, kind of like Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of had, but, you know, just more refined. And the maps that they feature in here are much larger than any other Kingdom Hearts maps we've seen. Like, you know, traditionally, if you want to go to another area, you have to go through some door thing, and you have to wait a minute for it to load. And you have to do that for, like, everything. But now the whole world, not necessarily the entire game, but the whole world that you're in is rendered in one huge thing. So that is a really nice feature there. And it really does encourage exploration of this huge map that you have in front of you, because the map itself has a lot of different pathways that you can take to get to a certain area. So if you take certain pathways, you get to see certain like little hidden rooms where there's special little goodies inside, like a treasure chest. There's some collectible plants in there that I found, and some gems too. So there's a collectible aspect to it. And there's also an objective-based thing with these collectibles and exploration, because if you do all that stuff, there are certain objectives that you can complete to unlock certain pieces of apparel for Aqua's costume in the game itself. So that's how you unlock all that stuff, if you were wondering, from the trailer. Like, you have some objectives that say, like, oh, kill this certain amount of enemy, or this certain amount of enemy, or collect this certain amount of thing, or do this specific task, something like that. So if you do all the exploration and battling and grinding, you get to unlock more pieces of apparel for your costume for Aqua, which is a really good incentive to do that, because there are really some cool options with this thing. So yeah, so that's it for gameplay. Now let's get into the story part. And like I said, I'm not going to give away any spoilers. I'm just going to give away some little details of it. So this game, of course, takes place immediately after Birth by Sleep, where Aqua is in the realm of darkness. It's just her explorations and adventures through there, pretty much. That's what the story is, until you get to the end of the game, where you get some kind of shocking twist. Kind of. It's really odd how they do it, but it's a twist nonetheless. And a large part of this game is made up of cutscenes. It's not the overwhelming majority, but there is a lot of cutscenes in this game, a lot of story to go with this, because it's leading straight into Kingdom Hearts 3. You gotta kind of set that up for what's all going on. And of course, Willa Holland comes back to play Aqua again, as she always has, and unfortunately, her performance is not really that great in this game. It could have been much better. They could have done so much more with it, because for most of this game, she's mainly talking to herself and thinking things to herself, and it's just, I don't know if she was given that direction or something, or she just didn't know really what to do, but it kind of seems like she's trying to overact away, or just always seem confused, and that kind of pulled me out. It's just my opinion, I guess. I don't really think she did that great of a job voice acting in this. And also the new Mickey voice actor, I was kind of thinking was weird, because it just doesn't sound right to me. It's much more deeper than it usually is. And of course, if you wait through the end credits of the game, you get to see the secret cutscene that leads straight into Kingdom Hearts 3. And it really does lead straight into Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just like split second before it actually leads into it. Like they were about to go off somewhere, and then it says reconnect Kingdom Hearts, and it says fuck, you get teased. You get really teased in this thing. And it's about, say 5 minutes, not that long, but still you get to see a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in Kingdom Hearts 3. So recommend sitting through the ending credits to see that. So overall, Kingdom Hearts 0.2, A Fragmented Passage, is a really good Kingdom Hearts game. Again, I just wish it was longer. There's so much more to be desired in there. I wish I would have played a lot more instead of just watching a lot of cutscenes, but the gameplay is there. It's really good. If this is how Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to play, I'm excited as hell, because this gameplay is tight, and it's just an overall good game. So really recommend this. Make sure you go ahead and play this, like for the graphics alone, because it just looks goddamn gorgeous. So yeah, really recommend this game. And finally, after a long while, we get to Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. Now, this is a bunch of spoiler territory in here, So of course I won't go over a lot of it, but I'm just going to go over a basic review of the movie. So this is a CG animated movie that is rendered in Unreal Engine 4, so it looks pretty similar to 0.2 if you played that before, which I did. But the basic gist of the story is what you've been told in the trailers. The foretellers think there is a traitor amongst their ranks, and everyone keeps pointing fingers at each other, trying to figure out who it is. And ultimately is trying to figure out who this traitor is and what are the real intentions behind all these people. That's as much as I can say without spoiling it. So yeah, it's about 80 minutes long, so around an hour and a half, so it's not that long. It's split up into multiple chapters, which I think there's around like 16 to 18 chapters in here, and once you finish the movie itself, you get to choose which chapter you want to see whenever you want, so you can analyze something, I guess. And the movie overall is a really good experience, but I just want to warn you before going into it that not everything you thought was going to be answered in this thing is going to be answered. A lot of things are going to be left up in the air, because this thing, I think, is another thing that ultimately teases Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just more story-based, but, you know, you get the deal. But of course, you do get some, like, answers for stuff that you've been wondering what's going on in Kingdom Hearts Key. Like, you get to know more about the foretellers in here, of course, because they're the main stars, and you get to see what kind of people they are and what kind of goals do they have, and you also get to see what kind of the Master of Masters is cooking up, what kind of plan he has there, so it's interesting to see what is going on there. Another really good positive of this thing is the voice acting. There is very, very good voice acting in this thing, and it's very, very good casting for what they did. I especially liked Ava in this thing, as they call her in there. I like to call her Ava, but whatever, they call her Ava. But probably my favorite person in here was the Master of Masters, played by Ray Chase, which, if you don't know, that's the guy who played Noctis in Final Fantasy 15, which is a little interesting tidbit. But he does really give a good performance in here. He plays kind of a dick in here who likes to mess around with the foretellers, and he's just an overall dick. But still, I think he does really give a good performance. He was really funny in there, and it was kind of the highlight of the movie. And it does also tie into certain events that happen in Kingdom Hearts Key, I guess revolving around you. Like, there is Ephemera in there. He's only in one scene, though. That scene that they showed in the trailer, that's his only scene. And yeah, aside from that, they don't really show that much. And I think that's ultimately my biggest problem with this movie. It's too damn short again, or they just leave too much to be desired again, because, again, like I said before, this is just a big old tease for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it wasn't marketed that way. It seemed like through this movie, you would get a lot of the answers to what was going on, and just figure out what's all going on. And don't get me wrong, you get some answers, but they're still just, they tease so much more to left to be desired, you know? So I kind of got mad at that they did not make it long enough, and the worst part is they kind of just cut the movie off, like, with no warning or anything. Like, a certain person's in a certain place having a certain thing, and it just cuts off, you know, doesn't give a warning or anything. So this movie is yet again another big tease for Kingdom Hearts 3, and they did not market it that way, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. So again, if you're expecting answers to a lot of the things that you were wondering, don't get that in here, because there is still a lot of stuff to be left desired. Another little complaint I have is that the movie is very, very limited in scale, because it's pretty much only takes place in Daybreak Town. They do take the thing to a couple other places sometimes, and that's few and far between. You know, they mainly stay in Daybreak Town in like 3 little locations that they have. So I wish they would have expanded out more, and that kind of means if you've watched the trailers for this thing, you've pretty much seen the entire movie, unfortunately, because, again, they don't go that many places, and they do show a lot of scenes from the movie, and that's really unfortunate there. So I wish they would have just went some more places, you know, more. I just wish they had more. But that's pretty much it for Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. You know, it's an overall good experience. It's not a waste of 80 minutes. It's really good if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan. You get some insight into the foretellers and the Master of Masters and all that stuff. And again, it's ultimately a big tease for Kingdom Hearts 3. So if you're expecting anything else than that, don't, because you'll probably ultimately get disappointed. So yeah, I give it a thumbs up. I just wish they had more. And yeah, me kind of rambling aside, that was Kingdom Hearts 2.8, my thoughts and opinions on it and what you guys should expect from it. Overall, I think 2.8 is a really, really good game. with really solid gameplay for the gameplay that is there. Dream Drop Distance is a really good looking game. It's an amazing port, the definitive way to play that game. 0.2 is really, really good as well. Solid gameplay, solid story for the most part. I just wish they would have showed more in that thing too. And Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, a solid movie as well for Kingdom Hearts fans. We're going to want some insight into stuff that happened in Kingdom Hearts Key. Again, I just wish they would have showed more and would have just expanded a bit. But do I recommend it? Hell yeah, of course. Please go do yourself a favor and get this game out when it comes out on the 24th, because you have an amazing experience waiting for you. I guarantee it. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about with you guys today. Ha ha ha, I got the game early. Gotta shove it in your faces a little bit before I wait and get the actual limited edition that I pre-ordered a couple weeks ago. So yeah, that would be awkward. I'll probably sell that on some other things sometime later, but whatever. That's all I want to talk about with you guys today. Make sure to write down in the comments below your opinion. What do you think about what I thought about it, and what do you think about what I told you? Are you excited still about the game? Are you even more excited? Are you skeptical now? And what are your favorite things about Kingdom Hearts ultimately, you know? Because that's what we're ultimately here to talk about. You know, what is your favorite things about Kingdom Hearts? So tell me down in the comments below your opinion. Also, make sure to subscribe and like this video, because that'd be really awesome if you did. This is McCade Central, and I'm off to play some more Kingdom Hearts 2.8. So yeah, bye!